my name is Shaked, and with me Elad, and we from Kol Acher Radio in Israel.
Hi, hello.
Hello.
Okay, so I like to do that chronologically. So I want to ask to start with something that it was in the middle, but was very interesting to me about all the teaching and become a vocal coach. Tell me about that and how you become a teacher.
Okay. Well, I studied vocal jazz music. I have a master degree in vocals for jazz. And I just started studying when I was 18, and just wanted to have a master degree and wanted to educate myself more. And I think from there on, I started working a lot already as a musician, as a songwriter, as a producer, and also as a vocal coach and a backing vocalist. And then by the time, because I'm a bit older, I'm 42, so by the time I was 30, I was asked by my school where I was studying before to become a teacher there. And I started teaching pop vocals there from the age of 30. And it's lovely for me because I get to work with young people. They're very inspiring to work with. They teach me a lot about music. They teach me a lot about music I may not have heard of before because they're completely more hip than me. So it's good for me to keep myself sharp and to keep myself a bit ahead of what other people are doing because I get to work with these young people. And it's very nice to pass on the gift of music to younger people for me.
Yes. So I want to start from the beginning. So how do you start singing? What is the first event that you remember yourself singing in front of large audience? How it came about? How did you started?
Yes, well, I was always, as a child, I was always dancing and singing and always taking any opportunity I could get to perform in front of people. And I think the girl who was babysitting me, my neighbor girl from where I grew up, she was a huge ABBA fan, also Eurovision related, I guess. And when I was 2 years old, she recorded me singing ABBA songs. And of course, I was singing phonetically. I had no idea what I was singing, but I already had the urge to sing. And I think from there on, I just started studying music from a very young age. I went to music academy from the age of 7. And just started growing and growing and growing. And by the time I was 14, I was playing in bands and playing in clubs. And then when I was 18, I signed my first record deal. So it was like a very straightforward journey towards singing. But I've always loved singing. There's a beauty about singing because it's not just about what you're singing and what you're portraying. It's also your whole body that works with you while you're singing. And yeah, I think it's one of the strongest emotional tools we have as human beings, I think personally.
Yes. So which instrument do you play beside the piano, which we see all around?
Voilà. So you see a lot of keyboards. Well, my first instrument was the drums. So my dad taught me how to drum when I was 6 years old. And then from there on, I started playing keys myself. I taught myself how to play keys and then went to the academy. So it's drums and keys at this moment.
Okay.
You are also in the front and behind the scene. What made you this year go to the front? And what do you like, be on the front or behind the scene?
You mean the difference between the front of the scene and behind the scene, kind of?
Yes.
Well, I think of course, they're both different eras, but they're also very similar because you have to know what you're doing and you have to work from what you have to do. Which means, I think, when I'm a front singer, like for now, when I'm doing Eurovision, it's very much about my vision, and then I delegate my vision towards people who work with me. But I also trust the people around me, meaning when I delegate an aesthetic, when I delegate an opinion or something musical that I want to do, I have to trust the people around me to understand what I'm saying and to actually sometimes even give advice about what I'm doing. So that role that I delegate now to other people, I've been in a position where I had to I had to get messages from other people and interpret those messages for myself. So I think it's very important that you know why you're there. Meaning, if I'm a backing vocalist or a vocal coach for the artist, I have to think from their brain. I have to know how they're thinking and what their aim is in their performance and in their technique. So I think it really depends on knowing what your job is. And I don't want to make it very business-like, because music is my love, but you also have to take into account that you have a function inside a big scheme of things. The beauty about my experience right now is that I get to actually compose my own performance now, which is lovely. But the great thing is I work with all the people on stage with me are my friends, but also people I've worked with for over 20 years. So we have a very free communication about aesthetics, about musicality, about vocals, and it makes for a stronger performance, I believe.
Okay, I will stay with the behind the scenes versus front. So this will be your third Eurovision. You've been in 2018 and 2021. So I will divide this question to two. Firstly, I want to ask what you feel was the difference, if there is any difference between 18 and 21, and what are the more you expectation from this year beside the performance on Liverpool? As a front singer, it's completely different, but something that you're expecting for, you know what I mean.
Yes, well, what I can say is that 2018, with Scenic, 2021 for Phonic, were different experiences, but that was mostly because of Corona and because of the COVID virus, because 2021 was still in the midst of the whole COVID era. So it was different because in 2018 we were very free, we could explore the city. If we had some downtime, we could hang out and do stuff in the city. It was not the case in Notre Dame in 2021 because, you know, we had to stay inside the hotel. We could only walk 2 by 2 or 1 by 1 outside. We couldn't go to the city because it was too dangerous. Because remember, we had to get tested every time we entered the arena. And it was always very nerve-wracking because if one person of the delegation was sick or had COVID, the whole delegation had to stay home. So it was very nerve-wracking. But the beauty of that was also, on the other hand, that because we had to stay so close together, you do become more of a family because of this, because you have to stick together. And what I can say about the difference now as an artist is, again, I get to, you know, portray my own message. And apart from, of course, wanting to do very well at the Eurovision Song Contest, I think the message of the song is very important to me. It's a message of self-acceptance and about self-empowerment and thanking the people around you who brought you there. And it may be naive, but I do believe that that is a very important message and that I hope people will understand, because it's still something that needs to be said in this era, and it's something that still has importance in this era.
So tell us a bit about this. You decided to sign up to be in the Belgium national final. They approached you, you approached them, and of course the song, you are the songwriter, you wrote it also.
Yes.
With one other person.
Yes, with Jawad Alul. Yes. Well, I knew the national broadcaster, the VRT, asked me once before in 2016 to take place for the national finals, but then it was just the timing wasn't right, and and it wasn't possible with the agenda. But it stayed in the back of my mind, like, oh, I wish I could have done it. So when I heard there was, you know, they were asking people in the industry about it, I contacted the VRT myself, and they were like, great, send in your application. And then I was pleasantly surprised that I was selected for the national final. So yeah, that was a very beautiful story. Yeah.
So we move to the fun question for the finish.
Do you hear all the song? Yes or not?
Yes, I did. Yeah, all 37 are out, yes.
So what is your 8, what is your 10, and what is your espoir? But you can't vote to your song.
Oof, I have to give points even. That's even worse. Oh my God. Well, I'll give you 3 songs that I love, and then let's forget about points for now, because the thing is with Eurovision, for me, it's every year the same. You start out with favorites, and then you hear the songs so many times, you love all the songs. It's always the same with me every year. But this year, I really connected immediately with Évidemment by Lazara from France.
A great song.
Yes, it's like, I always say to people, it's like Edith Piaf when she goes to Studio 54. It's an amazing combination of musical elements, and I think she's a great performer. I love, of course, I think this is without a question for everyone, I guess, who's a fan. I mean, Tattoo by Loreen is just a great song, and she's a great performer, and I can't wait to see her live. And I'm very impressed because when I saw her live, Mimicat from Portugal is an incredible live performer, and you really have to see. I think she will do very well because once you see her in person performing, she is absolutely mind-blowing. The same goes for me for Blanca Paloma from Spain. She's just an incredible performer. And I also love the UK song. It's really, I just heard in the gym this morning, the song. Da 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 da. I'm just like working out to the song. It's just great. And I also love Austria. The song with yes, exactly. It's just a fun song. But I have to say, it's a lot of good songs, and it's a very diverse year. So I'm very excited to see how everything will pan out.
I ask all the participants to, it's a contest between countries, and I ask every participant to recommend me an artist, a local artist from their country that we need to know, and the place to visit in the next time I'm in their country. So shout out one Belgium artist that we need to know, and one place that it needs to be in my list for the next time I'm in Belgium.
Well, as a Belgian artist, I'm going to tell you about a friend of mine, but you know, I get to say who I choose, so I choose a friend of mine. She's called Lady Lynn. So look her up on Spotify or iTunes. And she's been working in Belgium for, I think, over 15 years. I work with her a lot. We recorded some duets together as well here in Belgium. She's a great singer who writes great music. So I recommend her repertoire. And yeah, I live in Antwerp, which is in the north of Belgium. So I would recommend that you come to Antwerp to visit the city because we have great shopping, great food, great party life, and it's just a beautiful city close by the river, and you'll enjoy Antwerp a lot. So I recommend Antwerp as your next visit when you come to Belgium.
Noted.
And for the final, when the world going crazy, yes.
I have to sing it. I have to sing it for you guys.
Yes.
I'll do it. No worries. Got it. That's my job. I can do that. I'll do it now, eh? And when the world got me going crazy, I'll carry on. And it's all because of you. Thank you.
Bravo. Gustaph, good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Pleasure.
Good
Pleasure.
luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. And I'm really hope that enjoy all the time in Liverpool and meet them, you know, in beautiful times. And especially for you, the artist. And massive good luck.
Thank
Wish
you.
you the best.
Have fun.
I will for sure. Thank you guys. It was lovely talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you too.